Hi, you're tuned into Sponsorship Talk with Roberta Vigilance. So today I watched the Greek parade on television that took place on Fifth Avenue in New York City in the United States. It was pretty cool parade. Just as with every other culture, they were very proud and they brought some sponsors along with them. So there are two banks. Each float had their own bank. So one bank was Atlantic Bank, the other was Investors Bank. Two different cultures. So you can target two companies within the same industry. And I mentioned that in the second edition of How to Secure Sponsors Successfully. I mentioned that you can, for example, partner Lowe's and Home Depot. Both same industry, two different brands. You can choose to highlight your sponsors as partners that are down for the same cause, or you can choose to highlight their strengths as individuals. So maybe one brand specializes in a specific tool that the other one doesn't have, or maybe they are in a location. And the same thing I noticed about the two sponsors that were on the floats at the Greek parade. Atlantic Bank on that float, whether it's the sponsors and their family or some other representatives of the sponsors, on that float, people were a lot more reserved. So the culture was reserved. You can choose as an audience watching in, right? Your audience can choose whether that's the personality that is right for them. Whereas on Investors Bank, people were like, again, whether it's the sponsors and their family or the representatives of the sponsor, people were waving with lots of energy. And it was just pretty awesome. Both of them were I was observing two different cultures or brand cultures. And the audience, the event's audience, they actually have an option of choosing which bank they will go with based on the cultures within each brand. Pretty awesome. We know that both Atlantic Bank and Investors Bank support the Greek culture and the parade, hence being part of it. As the audience, your audience now have a choice of whether they are going to support Atlantic Bank based on their culture or Investors Bank based on their culture. So yes, you can target more than one company within the same industry and be conscious of how you showcase each one, or again, you can put them as a partner that's down for the same cause. That was pretty cool. If you have any questions, and please do send your questions to info@eventsandsponsors.com. If there's anything that you would like me to talk about on sponsorship, send me that topic to info@eventsandsponsors.com. Please remember to order your copy of the third edition revised Funding for Events of How to Secure Sponsors Successfully. You can order your copy by going to eventsandsponsors.com and you will see the link where you can order your copy. Thank you for listening.